welcome to my channel. As you guys have read from the title, this video is going to be a journaling 101. So basically I'm going to be sharing with you guys some useful tips that you can use if you want to start journaling. I think first I should start by sharing my credentials, which are not a lot. I started journaling when I was in 7th grade, so around like 7 years now. And I currently have 3 types of journals for different purposes. And I have all of them here with me and I'm going to show them to you guys. I'm going to be showing you guys some of my favorite spreads to hopefully give you guys some inspiration. I also want to give you guys a quick disclaimer. Everything that I'm going to show you guys, either if it's like spreads that I made or tips that I give, I really want that to serve as inspiration. But if you're starting a journal, please just be yourself, do what you want to do, just journal however you want, because journaling is supposed to be a creative hobby and it's a great way to let your mind speak for yourself. So yeah, I think before I show you guys my journals and give you guys some tips, I want to start by sharing with you guys some important supplies. Obviously you don't need to invest a lot in supplies to have a cute and like colorful journal. You can use the most basic stuff and still make a lot out of it. But these supplies that I'm going to show you are my personal essentials. I think I use them like pretty much in every spread that I do. Starting obviously by calligraphy, that's a big part of journaling. And Muji pens are my absolute favorites. I use both the 0.5 and the 0.3 and they're just like perfect to just write. I just like love them so much. Then I also use this one from Stadler. And this one is a little like thicker than the Muji one, so it's definitely really great for titles, and I also really love this one. This next one is a great pen to use for lettering. As you can see, it has like this brush tip, which I'm still learning how to use. I got this like 3 years ago and I still haven't mastered the brush technique. And it also has this like just simple black marker tip that I use a lot. Then I also have these 3. I have a white one, which is great for details, especially in like black paper. I really love to just like scrap off some like black paper and then write in white, but this one like is finished. I need to buy a new one. And then I also love these 2 for details. This one is silver and this one is gold, and they're very shiny. These are from Uniball and they're the Signal pens. Still in the pens category, I also love to use markers, and these ones are from IKEA, and I use them like especially for titles, but also to like just draw some details on my spreads to give them like a pop of color. Finally, something that is always very present on my spreads are stickers, and this is my sticker pack. I think that all of the stickers that I use are from AliExpress, so they're like very affordable. First, I love using these like round white stickers. I know it seems random, but it looks really cute when you just like paint over them and then just like use them as like bubbles. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think these are very versatile and they come in like a huge pack. The rest of the stickers that I have are basically just like variations of these like cute glittery stickers. These ones are like Sylvanian families stickers, but I also have Hello Kitty and Rilakkuma, and I don't know, I just love to use these stickers. They're so cute and they're so shiny and glittery. Now finally moving on to my journals, I think I'm going to show them in chronological order. So basically starting with the first journal that I ever had and moving forward. So these babies were the first journals that I had. This one is just like tagged as Alina's, then this one is Alina's volume 2 and Alina's volume 3. And I'm only going to show these 2 because the third one kind of became like a rage diary. I stopped doing like collage spreads on the third one and just used it as like a writing diary. So starting with this one was the first journal that I ever had, and I do have like a deep like care for this little baby. I kept it pretty minimalistic. I just like put this Kilwa picture on the front. I'm going to show you what my first ever spread was. This was my first ever spread on my journal. It's a Kenma from Haikyuu spread. Basically, I use this journal and Alina's volume 2 for collages of stuff that I loved, and I would write descriptions. I would just have fun with it. This was the second spread that I did. It's a Blackpink one, and I love to do these like sort of profile spreads, just like adding the members of a group and then writing like stuff to describe them. I would have a lot of fun doing these. As I said, here's another profile spread. This one is for Luna. I was very proud of this one because I was really happy with how this lettering came out. It's like a Bakugo spread, and if this doesn't take you back, I don't know what will, because this is so like quarantine coded. I also did this lettering myself and I was also super proud of it. To this day I think it looks very like well made. And once again, this is a Stray Kids profile. I'm going to insert a more detailed like flip through of my favorite spreads from this journal, but basically this journal was like where everything started. I would just print out stuff related to shows that I loved, groups that I loved, songs that I loved, and basically just do a collage and write stuff related to it. And it was so much fun doing these spreads. Unfortunately, I don't do them a lot anymore, but looking at this always gets me emotional. Lina's volume 2 is very similar to my first journal. Basically, I was like on a high with my first journal and I wanted to keep going with it, so I got a second one. The first spread of this journal was a like profiles spread, this time for Everglow. I also did like an updated Luna one and I added this like flip like thingy. This is an example of what I mentioned earlier. I would just like grab a piece of black paper and attempt to do some lettering with the white pen. So about these babies, as you could see, they were like mainly collage spreads with some like minimal writing. For this type of journaling, I would definitely recommend having a lot of printed pictures. I remembered that every time that I was in a slump, it was because I was like out of ink for my printer, because you do need a lot of like pictures to make collages. Moving on to my second journal, I would consider this one pretty much a mix between collages and a lot of writing, because this, for a long time, this was my trusted diary. It still is, but currently I haven't been updating a lot in here. First thing that makes this journal very personal is that I have this like compartment with a lot of like just meaningful stuff that I would just put in here. I also have some like stickers that came with some CDs that I have. And basically these spreads would look a lot like this, just like collages like the first two journals, but also some writing. I also always write my goals for the following year in this journal, and I also attach a little letter for my future self. I'm going to be reading this one on the last day of 2025. I definitely consider this journal the most meaningful one that I have. As I said, I also treat it like a diary. This is pretty much like a combination between doing collages and using journals as a diary, which I love. I think that's my favorite type of journal, to be honest, because I love doing collages about stuff that I love, but I also love to write, and writing is also a huge part of journaling, so I love to mix both and do collages, but also just writing my emotions fluidly. Finally, we've made it to my most recent and most frequently used currently journal. This one is from Muji, just like the last one. I forgot to mention that. And I'm going to remove this like little dangly thing because it makes a lot of noise and it will become annoying in a few seconds. I just added this like clip and attached it there. Just like I called the last journal a mix between collages and writing diary, this one is definitely a mix between planner and diary. As you can see, this like notebook actually starts with a like little calendar for each month. And I decided to like do a color themed month for each like month of the year. I'm pretty much running out of colors, but October is dark blue. Now, when it comes to the organization of each page of this notebook, it's organized like this. It basically has like a template for like a week, and you can just like add the days and stuff. And then it has like an empty page. And how I organize it is basically I divide this in two. And for this side, I just add like what I have to do and just decorate it with some stickers. And on this side, I always write something that I'm grateful for on each day. I use this journal every single night. It's like a routine of mine ever since January, I think. Every night, just as the day ended, I write something that I'm grateful for that happened in that day. And basically for the blank page, I do one of those like, I know this has a specific name, but I forgot it. It's like a collage with like junk journaling. I think that's what it's called, like a junk spread with like just like receipts or stuff that I collected during the week. This is literally like a petal of a flower that I got like since this was my birthday week. I wouldn't say that this is a typical way of journaling, but this is the most helpful way of journaling like currently to me. I've never been like the type of person to like be consistent with something. I would always like start the year like by doing one of those like mood trackers, and I would promise myself to be consistent with it, so by the end of the year I would just like look back at it, but I could never like keep that consistency with anything. With this journal, I just literally like I use it every single day, and when I don't sleep at home, I literally just like write everything on my notes app to add it later on. Right now I don't have as much time to journal as I did before, and collage spreads and like big diary spreads require a lot more like dedication. So right now, as a university student that lacks motivation to the max, this just holds me together and it helps me keep consistency with something. And if you feel like you're at that point in your life, just like me, either you don't have time or you don't have motivation, I would definitely recommend you to start something like this, like invest in something like this, because it will definitely help you. I hope this video gave you a little inspiration on what to do if you want to start journaling. There are various ways to journal. You don't have to follow a certain like script. You don't have to do just collages. You don't have to even do collages. You can just write stuff, add some stickers, decorate it, just do whatever you want. At the end of the day, journaling is about expressing yourself and putting out the stuff that you like and you're passionate about. So I guess that's definitely the key to start a good journal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's a little different from what I usually do, but as I considered this to be one of my main hobbies, if not my main hobby, I thought it would be fun to just do a little journaling video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, I guess that's it. See you in my next video. Bye bye.